Hello guys, it's Steve here. It is Sunday, March 10th, 2019, and it is fucking daylight savings. Yes, fucking daylight savings. I can't stand this day. I'm gonna do another daylight savings rant like I have every year since 2015. I'm gonna do another one this year. I don't know if I'll do one next year. I haven't decided that yet. I'll decide when that time comes. But fucking daylight savings. I'm fucking tired. I feel a little bit like shit because of the stupid daylight savings crap. Now, for those of you who don't know what daylight savings is, because not everybody has daylight savings depending on where you live. But if you don't know what it is, daylight savings is basically when there's two of them a year. Excuse me. There's two of them. There's one in March, which is today. I believe the second Sunday in March is usually when it is. That's daylight savings. And then you got daylight savings ending time in November, which I believe is the first Sunday in November. And they both happen right after 1:59 a.m. Right after 1:59, you got push clocks or forward or backward. The one in March, the one we had earlier at today, this one we had to push clocks forwards, an hour forwards, and lose an hour of sleep. You lose an hour of sleep, the one in March, because you're pushing clocks forward. You know, you go from 1:59 to 3 o'clock. It skips the entire 2 o'clock hour. And you lose an hour of sleep, and you wake up and you're all fucking tired and pissed off because you lose an hour of sleep. Now the one in November, that one, you push clocks backwards and you get an extra hour of sleep. You go from 1:59 back to 1 o'clock. I like that one better because you get an extra hour of sleep, more rest, you know? Who doesn't like that? Although it's still fucking stupid. I hate having to take the clock off the wall and pushing the time forwards or backwards. It's fucking stupid. And they do this, the reason why they do daylight savings is basically, I'm guessing, I heard it's to save electricity in the spring and summertime, because apparently the sun goes down later and you know, they want the sun to go down even later in the summer, which is fine and all, because, you know, in the winter the sun goes down at 5 p.m., which I kind of like it, but at the same time you can't do outdoor activities that long because it gets dark early. In the summer it gets dark at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Like the sun will start to set at like maybe 8:25, 8:30ish, and it'll start to get pitch black. The sky will get pitch black at like 8:50ish, 8:55, 9 o'clock, you know what I mean. So you got a lot more time to do outdoor activities in the summer. Like, for example, you know, I could play baseball, like, okay, in the winter time when it gets dark at 5 p.m., you know, it gets dark at 5 p.m., and I want to go to the hockey rink and play hockey, and I have to do that anywhere before 4:30 or 4 o'clock, because it's going to start to get dark after 4 o'clock, like after 4:30, it's when the sun's going to start to set. And when the sun sets, when it gets dark, you know, the hockey rink that I go to doesn't have any light at that facing the rink, which is stupid. I can't play because it'll be too dark. I won't be able to see. But in the summertime when I go play baseball, you know, I don't have to, you know, rush to play baseball. I'll have a lot more time because it'll get dark later. I can go to the baseball field at like 7:30 p.m. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's basically supposed to give us an extra hour of daylight, which is fine. And basically to save electricity, which that is stupid. Who cares about saving electricity? Who gives a shit? That doesn't even save electricity, because people are still going to have their lights on in the daytime. You look at schools and stuff, like businesses, like these buildings, like schools. Schools, the classrooms, they have the lights on when it's the fucking daytime. Even when it's really sunny and bright outside, the classrooms will still have their lights on. You know? And people in general, they'll still have their lights on in their house. That's not gonna make people save electricity and turn their lights off. People are still gonna have their lights on. That's fucking pointless. So really, just fucking get rid of this shit. It's pointless. All it's doing is it's making people lose an extra hour of sleep and just making people all pissed off because of that. It makes people feel like shit. That's what it fucking does. It just makes people really tired and feel like shit. It's not even good for your health. It can... excuse me. What it does, I remember, it was the day after Daylight Savings of 2015. It was that Monday morning before school. I remember I was watching a little bit of the news and they said that on the news that Daylight Savings is not good for your health. They said it could cause heart attacks. In fact, I'll try to do a little research. I wonder if some people have actually died from heart attacks due to Daylight Savings. Did you know it is linked to increased heart attacks? This Sunday, most Americans will be getting their clocks forward 1 hour to mark the beginning of Daylight Savings Time. According to the study, the BMJ hospitals reported that 24% spike in heart attacks case the Monday following the 1 hour adjustment. Well, yeah, that's what it does. It can cause heart attacks. Apparently, you heard there, 24% of people. I mean, if it's causing heart attacks, and possibly killing people, then why the hell do we still have Daylight Savings? If it's causing health problems to people, then we need to fucking end Daylight Savings. Because it's not good for people's health and shit. It's causing medical problems, for God's sakes. It can cause death. Just end Daylight Savings. Why won't they end Daylight Savings if it's causing people to get heart attacks? Seriously. What the hell? And what about people who, and there are people who forget about Daylight Savings, it's so hard, I'll get to that, but it's so fucking hard to sleep the night of, on Daylight Savings, because let's just say you go to sleep at, midnight or whatever. You go to sleep at midnight. Well, since you're moving clocks an hour forward, midnight is now 1 o'clock, and you try to go to sleep at midnight, which the day before was 11 o'clock, you can't sleep. And then you go to sleep, and you gotta wake up in the morning at 6 or 7. You would wake up at 7 o'clock, which is now 6 o'clock or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say, and you lose an hour of sleep and you're fucking pissed off and you're tired. And there are some people who forget about Daylight Savings. They forget to push their clocks forwards or backwards. And, let's say you gotta go to school or whatever on the Monday after, and all that time you forgot about Daylight Savings. You forgot to push your clocks forward. Let's just say you have had a bunch of a bunch of tardies in school. And if you get one more tardy, you get a detention. So you try your best not to get that tardy. So, and it's the Saturday night, early Sunday morning, Daylight Savings, and you forget about it. You forget to push clocks forwards. And so then, when you get up for school that Monday morning, and you still realize that you forgot to push your clocks forward, you usually get up at 6 o'clock a.m., and you gotta leave at 7:30, and you get to school at 8. School starts at 8 a.m. Well, when you get up at 6 a.m., it's really 7 a.m. You get up an hour late, and you leave at 8:30, at 7:30, which is actually 8:30. School started a half hour ago, and then you get to the school, at 9 o'clock, at what you think is 8 o'clock, and you think you're on time, but really it's 9 o'clock, and you realize you're an hour late, and you end up getting the fucking tardy, and you get a detention because of it. Oh, that's right, it was fucking daylight savings, or you go to work or whatever the next day. You know, you get up at fucking 6 a.m., but you end up getting up at 7 because you forgot about it. And you start work at 8, and you get to work at what you think is 8 o'clock, but it's 9, you're an hour late, and your boss is pissed off at you and may fire you. You're an hour late, that's it, you're fired for being an hour late. And now you're unemployed and you have to find something else to do. Another job, you know? It's all because you forgot to push your clocks forward because of daylight savings made you late. Same goes with the one in November. You push clocks backwards, you forget about it, you get up at 6, but really, you end up getting up at 5 o'clock a.m., and then you start at like 8 at school or work, or you have a doctor's appointment, and you know, you get up at what you think is 6, which is really 5, then you get to where you need to go at 8 o'clock, which is really 7 o'clock, and you realize, where the hell is everybody? No one's here yet. And you realize, oh, that's right, I'm an hour early because of daylight. Damn it! And I could have been sleeping right now. Or I could have gotten an extra hour of sleep. Damn it! Yeah, some people forget about it. It's just ridiculous. And I saw a post on Facebook somebody post. That one I actually agreed with. Someone posted something on Facebook saying, why is daylight savings on the Sunday? Why is it at Sunday at 3 o'clock a.m. when instead of being on Friday at 3 p.m. or whatever? That's kind of true. I mean, why does it have to be on the Sunday when a day before most people gotta go back to school or work or whatever the hell they go? You know what I mean? And you still losing 1 hour of the weekend, but still, it'd be much better if it was on a day where people are ending their week instead of beginning their week. You know what I mean? It just makes people fucking tired and angry. It sucks when you have to go to school or work on the next day after daylight saving, because you're all tired and shit and you feel like shit. Honestly, in my opinion, schools should fucking either have the day off on the Monday after daylight savings or start an hour late. Don't start at the same time as always, because people lose an hour of sleep because they have trouble falling asleep the previous night, and you know, it's just ridiculous. I mean, you end up getting used to it later on. Usually a couple days after daylight savings, you end up getting used to it, which is good, but the first couple days just suck. And, you know, there are some places that don't have daylight savings, like Saskatchewan, Canada. Arizona doesn't have daylight savings. There's some other places. In fact, I actually heard, my friend Sean on Facebook told me that there are some places that might actually end daylight savings, that might stop doing it. Let me go to that message. Hang on a second. Watch some hockey, the Washington Capitals and the Winnipeg Jets. Hang on a second. Oh, it's over here. Okay, where is it? Alright, he basically said that the places that might stop doing daylight savings are British Columbia, Canada, California, Washington State, and Oregon. They might stop changing their clocks. Which, you know, in my opinion, everywhere should stop changing the clocks. I mean, for God's sake, we should stop daylight savings. It's stupid as hell. It's pointless. It just makes people grumpy. Yes, I understand an extra hour of daylight. Instead, you know what? We can still have that extra hour of daylight every summer if we don't change in November. You know what I mean? Like, after today, don't touch the clocks ever again. Do not push it backwards in November. Yes, we won't get an extra hour of sleep, but at least next year in March, when we have to push clocks forwards again, we won't have to worry about doing that and being all tired and feeling like shit, and the sun will still go down at 8:30, 9 o'clock in the summer. Now, I mean, in the winter, the sun goes down at 5 after daylight savings ending time. If it didn't do that, I think the sun would go down at 4 o'clock if we didn't push it backwards. Which, I think, or is it 6? I don't know. You push an hour forwards. I don't know. I think it's 4 o'clock the sun would go down. I think they do that to prevent the sun from going down too early. I don't know. Who gives a shit? Sure, it'll start to get dark at 4 o'clock, but you know what? Still, fuck daylight savings. It just makes you feel like shit. We need to sign a petition to end daylight savings. It's really stupid. And it's the shitty thing is the sun's gonna start to come up at 4:30 a.m. Oh, I fucking hate when the sun comes up that early. That's gonna suck. You know, that's really gonna suck ass. Cause now it's gonna interrupt people's sleep and shit. You gotta put a fucking blanket or a pillow over your face, or some kind of anything over your face from preventing the sun getting in your eyes when you're trying to sleep. I hate when the sun comes up at 4:30 a.m. I like it better when it comes up at like after 6. That's better, but 4:30 a.m. is way too early for the sun to come up. But I don't know. But at least the good thing about daylight savings is at least it's a sign that spring is almost here. Yeah, I think we have like maybe a week or a little over a week left of winter, and then it'll be spring. Thank God. I'm so looking forward to spring and summer. Warmer weather, and you know, go outside more and do more outdoor activities, like go to the baseball field and play baseball. I can't wait to do that again. Yeah, I'm so looking forward to spring and summer. Baseball season, the NHL playoffs. Can't wait for that. But, I don't know. I really don't know what else to say. I think I covered everything. But yeah, again, some places like Saskatchewan, Canada, or Arizona, they don't do daylight savings. The only thing it does is it fucks up the TV schedule, from what I heard. Like, you have a Wheel of Fortune or whatever that's supposed to be on it's usually on at 6 o'clock p.m. It's now going to be an hour early at 5 p.m. because of daylight savings everywhere else. Oh, that's what I heard. But yeah. Yeah, I think I covered everything. Who the hell came up with daylight savings? I don't know. Fuck daylight savings. Just leave the damn clocks alone. I would rage, but I don't want people to hear me. You know, everyone's gonna hear me and I don't want that. So, yeah. I'll do more videos, review videos, rants, vlogs, any other type of video I do on this channel. So, see you later, guys. Goodbye. Have a good one.